It's a perfect evening. Fairy lights twinkle over white tablecloths. Guests gather around a dance floor. And then, like magic, the DJ hits play. The soft guitar strums begin, and the crowd recognizes it instantly. Cheers break out. A couple stands at the center of the floor holding hands. This is their first dance. The song, Every Breath You Take, by The Police. For years it's been a wedding favorite. The smooth vocals, the slow beat, the romantic melody. People think it's about deep love and never-ending devotion. In fact, many couples pick it as their song. It plays in wedding halls, anniversary slideshows, even prom nights. But here's the shocking truth. It's not a love song. It's about obsession, control, even jealousy. And once you know the real story, you may never hear it the same way again. So how did this misunderstood track become such a romantic anthem? To answer that, we have to go back to 1982, back to Heartbreak, Betrayal, and the mind of a man named Sting. A bitter breakup behind the music. In the early 80s, Sting was already a global superstar. The Police were one of the biggest bands in the world. Their mix of rock, reggae, and punk was fresh. Their songs topped charts, and Sting's voice, cool and haunting, was instantly recognizable. But behind the fame, Sting's personal life was falling apart. He was married to actress Frances Tomalty. They had children. They had a home in London. But things weren't going well. The relationship had grown cold, distant. Sting was deeply unhappy. And then he did something that would shock fans and friends. He fell in love with Frances's best friend, Trudy Styler. The affair tore the families apart. Sting left Frances. The British tabloids went wild. People felt betrayed, especially because Sting had always seemed like the thoughtful, poetic type, not the kind to break up a marriage. He moved into a small room in the countryside. Alone, angry, and full of guilt, he picked up his guitar. And that's where the real story of Every Breath You Take begins. Writing from a dark place. It was a cold morning when the song first took shape. Sting sat alone at Ian Fleming's former home in Jamaica, where he was staying temporarily. He was battling insomnia and heartbreak, but he also felt something more complex, a need to control. He started writing. Every breath you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you. It sounds romantic, doesn't it? But listen closely. These aren't words of love. They're words of someone watching, someone keeping track of another person's every move, someone who refuses to let go. Sting later admitted it himself. I think it's a nasty little song, he said in interviews. It's about jealousy and surveillance and ownership. He even joked, people think it's a love song. It's not. It's about the obsession of a stalker. But that didn't stop it from becoming one of the most played wedding songs of all time. A hit too powerful to be understood. When Every Breath You Take was released in 1983, it exploded. It topped the Billboard charts for 8 weeks. It won Song of the Year at the Grammys. It became the biggest hit the Police ever had. But here's where the irony grows. Because of its melody, slow, soft, emotional, most people didn't hear the darkness in the lyrics. They just felt the mood. They thought it was beautiful. Worse, DJs started playing it at weddings. Couples danced to it. First dances, Valentine dedications. Even the band itself was shocked. Sting couldn't believe it. He said in later years, "At weddings I just shake my head. Do they not know what they're dancing to?" The melody tricked people. The music lulled them. And a song about emotional control and surveillance became a symbol of eternal love, the sound that hid the message. Part of the reason people misunderstood the song was its production. The track sounds dreamy, soft drums, clean guitar lines. It feels gentle and peaceful. The Police had always been good at mixing moods, punk rage with reggae rhythm. But this song was different. It sounded like a lullaby, and when paired with Sting's whispery voice, it fooled even the smartest listeners. But here's a closer look at the lyrics. "Oh, can't you see? You belong to me?" That line alone reveals the truth. It's not about being together by choice. It's about possession. Another line, "Since you've gone, I've been lost without a trace." It's about someone who left, And the person who was left behind is now watching, waiting, obsessing. It's more like a stalker's diary than a love poem, yet to this day, it plays at thousands of weddings a year. When art gets misunderstood, there's a long history of songs being misinterpreted. Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA sounds patriotic, but it's about veterans being mistreated. REM's The One I Love sounds like a tribute, but the full line is, "This one goes out to the one I love, a simple prop to occupy my time." And then there's Every Breath You Take. What makes it unique is how totally opposite the public's interpretation is from its true meaning. The man who wrote it says it's about control. The fans say it's about love, and that's what makes this song so fascinating. It shows how powerful music can be, how melody can overpower a message, how people can hear what they want, even when the truth is right there in the lyrics. Sting watches it all. Sting has watched this unfold for decades. He's been honest about the song. He's explained it in interviews, in documentaries, even on stage. He doesn't try to hide what the lyrics mean, but the misunderstanding only grew. In 1997, Puff Daddy sampled Every Breath You Take in I'll Be Missing You, a tribute to rapper Notorious B.I.G. That version became another massive hit. Once again, the haunting melody carried a different meaning, this time about loss and mourning. Sting didn't mind. He even performed the song live with Puff Daddy at the MTV Awards. But he couldn't help but smile at the irony. His song had now become a funeral anthem and a wedding favorite, even though it was never meant for either. Why we hear what we want? Why do people misinterpret this song so easily? Because music is personal. We bring our own feelings to it. We hear the melody, we feel the vibe, and we don't always stop to read the lyrics. Every breath you take sounds romantic, and that's enough for many people. It also speaks to a deeper truth about relationships. Sometimes love does blur into jealousy, devotion into obsession, passion into control. That's what makes the song so haunting. It reflects something uncomfortable in all of us. We want love to be pure, but sometimes it's not, and maybe that's why the song sticks with us. The real tragedy of the song, the real sadness behind Every Breath You Take isn't just in the lyrics, it's in the life it came from. Sting's affair broke up two families. His marriage ended in scandal. Friendships were lost. Pain lingered for years. The song came from that place. A lonely man, full of regret, watching from afar. In a way, it was Sting's way of processing his guilt. But instead of being remembered as a song of regret, it became a song of romance. That twist is poetic. Pain turned into beauty, obsession into celebration. And Sting, now in his 70s, still performs it, still hears it at weddings, still gets asked to sign it for newlyweds. And every time, he just smiles and thinks, if only they knew. Let's give the last words to Sting. In an interview, someone asked him, "If people keep misunderstanding the song, does that bother you?" He paused, then said, "No, that's the beauty of music. It takes on its own life. People bring their own meaning, and that's okay." So maybe he's right. Maybe it doesn't matter what the song was supposed to mean. Maybe what matters is what it means to you. But still, next time you hear it at a wedding, maybe pause, listen a little closer, because behind that beautiful melody is a man watching, counting, possessing, and he's singing, "Every breath you take, I'll be watching you."